Another type of problem that you'll see, and it'll actually be very important for you to kind of understand in terms of you calculating grades, is average problems. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of those. In this problem, it says JB made an 87, a 60, 51, 100, and 93 on his tests in math class. What was his test average? So remember, average means that you're going to add up all the numbers that you have, and then you divide by however many numbers you just added up. Okay, so if we were trying to find the average of his test scores, you would add up all of his tests. So you would take 87 plus 60 plus 51 plus 100 plus 93. So add them all up, and then you divide by however many, in this case, test scores he had. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 test scores, and then that will give you his average. Okay, so this will equal the average, or his test average. Okay, so let's do that. So you can grab a calculator, or if you have a calculator on your computer, you can grab that and you'll just type it in. So 87 plus 60, 51 plus 100 plus 93. Okay, and then you divide by 5. If you wanted to type that all in at the same time, you'd have to put parentheses around the whole top part. Okay, and you could do it all at once, but I did not do that, so I had to do it separately. And so if that was his test scores, then his average would be a 78.2. So the average is equal to a 78.2. Okay, so using that, you can actually kind of play around and figure out some stuff with your grades. And so that kind of brings us to that next problem. It says Sylvia wants to earn an 88% in her communication skills class. Maybe she has to have at least an 88 to get some scholarship or something like that. So for some reason, she wants an 88%. Says she has one quiz left to take. On the first 5 quizzes, she received these as grades. What must she score on the 6th quiz to get the 88% that she wants? And so you can actually use what you know about averaging to figure that out. So in the end, she wants her average to be an 88. Okay, that's what, when she does all this work with her grade, she wants the average to be an 88. So I'm going to put equals 88. It says that she has one quiz left to take, and then these are the grades that she has on the first 5 quizzes. All right, so here's her grades. So in other words, when we add up 74 plus 92 plus 83 plus 98 plus 100 plus that last quiz, which we don't know what she's going to make because she hasn't taken it yet. And then remember, you have to divide by however many scores there were. So in this case, think about how many scores she would have at the end of this. It's not going to be just 5. There's actually 6 quizzes she would have taken. So she's going to divide by 6 in the end. She wants it to be an 88. Now, because we don't know what she's going to make, and we're trying to figure out what she's going to make, or what she has to make to get the 88, we're going to put a variable right there. Okay? And anytime you put a variable, you need to write down a little key to the side that tells me what that variable means. And so in this case, it would be that 6th quiz, the score that she would make on the 6th quiz. Okay, so by doing this, you're letting me know that you know what that variable means. Okay, so from there, we have an equation to solve. And so if you remember, when we have equations, we want to try to simplify as much as we can. And so since all of these numbers on top are kind of being added, I'm going to go ahead and add those. Okay, so I'm going to grab my calculator again. I'm going to add those up. So I'm going to move this up. So we got 74 plus 92 plus 83 plus 98 plus 100. So that'll make it look a little simpler. So when I do that, I get 447. So on top, I have 447. And remember, I wasn't able to add in that last score, so you just bring it down. And then when I divide that by 6, it should equal 88. Okay, so now from here, I want to get that 6 off the bottom. So since I'm dividing by 6, I'm going to do the opposite and multiply by 6 on both sides. So it'll go away. So that'll be 1 essentially, because you have the same number over itself. And then I have the 447 plus x comes down. And then 88 times 6, we get 528. And then from there, all I have to do is subtract the 447 from both sides. And I will know what she has to make in order to get a 88 overall for that class. So when I subtract those two, I get 81. And so the answer to this is, well, it says what must she score on the 6th quiz to get an 88, the 88% that she wants? Well, she has to make at least an 81. If she makes higher, then obviously her average would be higher.